Okay, hello, and here's a new video on the most recent version of LunarCaster DJ. This is the Alpha 9, just released today. There's a number of changes and updates that have gone into it. Most of them you won't actually notice unless you're looking for them. Um, Somebody asked for some shortcut keys, which I've got on here, F1, 2, 3, 4, for going through the various tabs here on this side, and the like. And you can actually go to my website and check out the, I believe it was in the 8.1. Yeah, that's where you can see where those shortcuts were done, and added a right-click menu option to add to queue from the search tab, and various different little things here and there. Pardon me. And yeah, I also added in a mic monitor, which will just allow you to hear your own voice, basically, just to make sure you're hearing your microphone, that it's actually working. You can leave it on when you're doing shows and whatnot. It won't affect the stream or anything. But personally, I don't like having it on because it annoys me. It's like an echo, and it kind of makes me stutter when I try to talk. So basically, the idea was just so that people can use it if they really want to. Um, yeah, or if they just want to check their own microphone, make sure everything's working. Yeah, speaking of the microphone, there's also that one shortcut here. You've got F11 will lock the microphone on, and F12 will unlock it. Yeah. So the other video I did was just a short, quick start guide. I did show how to load the playlist. That hasn't changed. How the search function works, I'm not sure, but if I showed that or not. But yeah, like ZZ Top or something, And yeah, so that works. History, of course, just shows the last songs we played. Connections is something I did go over a little bit. Changes that were made. There was an issue with the public option not. It was saving, but it wasn't actually showing that it had saved it, because the next time you open it, if you wanted to edit it, if you wanted public on, you had to re-click it, because otherwise it would save it as being unchecked. It just wasn't showing that it was there. Um, the check mark would just disappear when you looked at it. So I got that fixed. Um, Also, there was an issue with going to IceCast. The mount point option wasn't available for some reason. You couldn't change the mount point. I'm not sure when that happened, but I fixed that. So you can set a mount point if you're using IceCast or Shoutcast version 2. Shoutcast version 1 is disabled because there is no mount points in version 1, of course. WMA Cast, it's the same thing, and the stream to publish point, I'm not entirely sure how that works. I've never really worked with WMA Cast. If anybody out there does use it, just email me at admin@lunarcaster.com, and I'll do my best to work out something for that. But yeah. Also, the sample rate was not an option really before. Now it is. I've put a number of different possible sample rates in here for you to choose from. I've got it defaulted to 44-100 because that's basically what most people use. It only will work if you are using MP3 or OGG encoders. You can't really change the sample rates on the others right now. That's something I'll look into at a later date. But at least for now, most people who are going to be messing with this are going to be probably using MP3 or OGG anyway. AAC, I really don't know. But another thing you're going to have to watch out for, if you have trouble making a connection, it's quite possible that it is due to your sample rate and data rate here are not being compatible, because there are only certain sample rates that will work with certain data rates. So that's something you're going to want to look at if you're having trouble. Try changing one or the other, adjusting it until it works. I'll again look into that as well in the future to maybe set it up so that certain options aren't available if another option has been selected or what have you, but I don't have that set up at the moment. I can throw this on IceCast, for example, OGG, let's say 64K at 44,100. Let's just throw in password. It's just a local IceCast server I set up. Just say IceCast here. Alright. Save that and connect, and you see it connects, not a problem. So, what else to go over? Let's see. When you want to add songs to the playlist, to the play queue, there's various things you can do here. You can either just double click a song and it'll go into the queue. You can drag and drop something in there. You can right click and add to queue, what have you. And of course you can do the same thing, pretty much the same exact thing from here. Let's see, AC/DC, Back in Black, there we go, add to queue, same thing, right? And to remove them from the queue, you can just click on it and hit delete, or select multiple by using the shift key and clicking, or using the shift key and hitting the up and down arrows, and deleting that way. So, sound effects. Well, let's see, I told you about playlists, that I mentioned search, I mentioned history. You can clear the history with that button there. If, there's nothing in the history right now. If I play a song, I just muted the local audio so it doesn't annoy me and it doesn't get blocked or something on YouTube. Then you'll see that that song shows up in the history here, and I can just clear that out. Alright, stop, let's clear that out. The individual decks, of course, you have your play, stop, eject, next, and here you have options for a little equalizer here. For each deck has its own equalizer. The R just resets it to wherever, to the standard zeros across the board. That's pretty much all there is to the decks. They're pretty simple in that way. Now, I can drag and drop a song directly to a deck to play, right, like that, and hit play and play it, or even drag and drop an actual audio file from somewhere else and drop it in there, and it'll work that way too. Yeah, as you can see here, this display here shows the elapsed time. This shows the total length of the song. Excuse me, this shows the total length of the song. This one shows how much time is left in the song. Pardon me. Yeah, you can adjust the volume controls on here on each individual deck if you choose to. It's up to you. This only affects local audio, so only what you hear in your headphones or whatnot. If you don't want to if you don't want to actually hear the song for a little bit, you're doing something else, whatever. Or maybe you're over here in the playlist and you're looking at songs and you go, oh, I want to preview that one. Well, you don't want necessarily this to be bothering you while you're listening to this to the song that you're just wanting to check here. This song, maybe I want to put this on next, maybe not, and so on. Playing that is not going to affect the stream either. If you're connected, nobody will hear that except you. This is just the autoplay or manual play options. They are also on at the F key.